All
right,
yes.
We are live.
Live indeed.
We're back.
Brian, how was your weekend?
Good.
I mean, I already know we just got off an hour-long morning Monday beginning of week check-in. So I kind of know that you had we already checked in, but might as well do the formality of asking you.
Well, the Eagles won. They are going to the NFC Championship game. So we're excited in Philly.
All right. Did you eat a cheesesteak?
I did not eat a cheesesteak.
Celebrate. So today we're going to be talking about how to build an email list from scratch, because it's literally, I think, the most common question anyone ever asks. Most people, when they're in the mood to build an email list for the first time, they're like, my life is over. I'm having a major career change. I'm starting a new business. I just got divorced. Whatever, like all this stuff happens. This crises happen. And that's when people decide to build an email list often, right? Is for whatever reason, they're like, okay, it's change time and I'm doing things different, right? And so today we're going to talk about how to build an email list from scratch. But first, I have a surprise for you, Brian.
Oh, a surprise.
Yeah. Do you see? Look at that. Look down look at our names. They're bolder. They're like they changed the font. It looks good.
It is. It is bigger.
Yeah. It's very.
Is that the surprise?
No.
Uh-oh. What's that? Did you buy something? What's in the box?
So, what is in the box? That's a great question. I did buy something, but
I'm willing to bet it's a Funko Pop.
I can tell it's been sitting on my bookshelf for months, and I've been wondering what's in it, and we're gonna find out today. I don't know. I have a suspicion.
Let me get this straight. This box has been sitting on your shelf for months, and you've been wondering what's inside it.
Yeah.
But you haven't decided until now to actually open it up and find out.
That's right. Well, you're right. Chances are very good that it's a Funko Pop, because I bought a whole bunch of mascot Funko Pops for a while. And, I did some like unboxing videos of these guys before, and it was cool. This one's from the Zavaco warehouse in Washington state. And it probably is a Funko Pop. It's the right size. It's the right weight. It might be something significantly more embarrassing, but I don't think so.
It also meets your purchase profile as far as the size and everything. There is some danger. Uh-oh.
It looks very Funko to me.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
I'm so happy. It's not sometimes I end up with duplicates, because sometimes people give them as gifts and whatever.
Okay.
Dude, this is awesome.
The reveal. Oh, look at that. Colonel.
The Colonel.
Beautiful.
Classic mascot. Your favorite fried chicken salesman is now your favorite collectible. This is so awesome. Colonel Sanders enters Mascotland.
That's great.
Welcome, Colonel. Oh, yeah. Look at that. He's carrying a whole bucket of chicken right there. Look at that chicken. Look at that mascot.
Now, for people who are watching, who are wondering, like, why are they talking about mascots and with these Funko Pops? What does this have to do with email marketing and building my business? What say you?
That's what she said.
I
don't know who wrote that. It was probably Matt Gill. So for those of you that don't know, Brian and I, respectively, have been email marketers for a very, 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 very long time. I started in 2003, and Brian, I think you started in like 2005 or something.
Yeah, it was very shortly after Al Gore invented the internet. I started email marketing.
That's right. And so, I've tried a whole bunch of different things to make emails better in that time. I've experimented and tried all sorts of crazy things. And for those of you who haven't been looking closely at my email work for the last few years, one of the biggest discoveries that I made was that I can write emails, and so can you, or you can learn how to anyway, that get a far greater response than normal marketing emails. And when I'm talking about normal marketing emails for most of us, that means emails that we send out from ourselves or from our company. Now, most direct response marketers worth their salt and have been around for any period of time know already from experience, and this is not universally true, but it's almost always true, that when you send out an email, most business owners, if they have a business and they build an email list, they're going to send out an email from their business name, right? But Brian, I mean, in your experience, what emails get more open, sending out from a business name or sending out from your personal name?
Oh, usually personal name.
Almost always personal name gets a far greater response rate than a business name. The reason that we think this is, but it's only a theory, we don't really know why it is, but the reason we think this is because nobody wants to read advertisements, generally speaking, right? Is that it's the same reason people tune out the commercials when they're listening to the radio, right? And when you send an email out from your business name, it is very obvious that you're just sending an email out from your business name. So unless your business name and your brand and your copy has incredible character and magnetism, and really, you really have that dialed in, most business emails from most businesses suck. They're boring, they're lame, and they're impersonal. Often the business owner is too afraid to even put their name on it, or their business owner isn't writing it. They're having someone in admin write it who's not a copywriter to begin with. So writing an email from your personal name will almost always make more money, get more opens, get more clicks. Everything else aside, sending a personal email will almost always make more money than a businessy looking email, right? But what we discovered in 2013 was that sending emails out from entirely fictional characters that are not simply a pen name or another human's name, but fictional characters, ideally fictional characters that clearly don't exist in real life, gets a far greater response to most lists most of the time. And if you do it right, it gets the right type of response, which is you get a dramatic increase in opens, dramatic increase in clicks, and a direct proportion increase in sales. The first time we sent out one of these emails was in 2013, and it became the 10x email because we got this sounds bananas. We send out an email every single day. We got a 10 times increase in opens. We got a 10 times increase in clicks. And we got a 10 times increase in sales. I'm sorry, 8 times increase in sales over our normal daily broadcast. And we were sending to an old, burned out tripwire offer that we had sold thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of copies of already. And so when I sent this email out, it was legendary because I sent you an email from yourself 10 years in the future. So it was a time travel email sent back in time, which was pretty rad. And people just went bananas over it. We sold so much stuff. And that's become over a year. Originally, we called these anthropomorphic emails, but nobody could spell it or pronounce it. Then we called them 10x emails because that was like saying 10x was very popular at that point. And they gave us a 10 times response, right? So it was a legit name, but it seemed a little bit, I don't know, kind of lame. And eventually what I realized is that these fictional characters, it's 11/11, Brian, make a wish. These fictional characters were actually mascots, similar to Colonel Sanders, even though Colonel Sanders is interesting because he's also a celebrity spokesperson, right? But he's also no longer alive, so become mascots. So it's a little weird. But yeah, what we found was that we developed this process called the mascot method. And if you want to find out about how to dramatically increase the opens, the clicks, and the sales that you get from your existing email list using this hyper creative approach, you can go to http://www.mascotland.com/24. So www.mascotland.com/24. And when you do, you can opt in to watch our special training and video that I created for you on how to blow your sales sky high with your email list using the mascot method. And I know that you have like 3 more minutes or something before you have to go. We didn't even talk about how to build an email list from scratch. Should we tell people how to build an email list from scratch, Brian?
We'll do it in a hyper speed. How to build an email list from scratch.
Can you do it with a Southern accent?
With the assistance of Colonel Sanders.
Who wants a family-sized bucket of spicy chicken? Yeah, so the short version is, it doesn't matter if it's from scratch or not. Every email list is from scratch. And so the biggest thing, if you're thinking, how do I build an email list from scratch? Or how do I do it if I've never done it before? That's actually an excuse for your own failure. So I want you to take that crap out of your lexicon. Kick it to the curb. Doesn't matter if you're having a midlife crisis. Doesn't matter if you're starting over. The reality is you've had the entire life of experiences that have built to this point, and right now you're building on your entire life and you're taking the next step forward, but you're not doing anything from scratch. You're probably in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, or older. This is not from scratch, ladies and gentlemen. You're building on every single moment that you've lived for your entire life. Don't forget that. You have so much value, so much experience, so many stories to tell, so many skills that you've learned, so many challenges that you've overcome, so many cool things that you've done. You're not starting from scratch. You're building on, you're learning how to express yourself in a larger way, but you're building on your entire life experience. So don't forget that. Number 1. Number 2, you've got to decide who you're going to serve. Who is the group of people that you are going to serve? You got to get that. And this needs to be a group of people that you're already part of. Okay. A group that has a name. Okay. Brian, let's do a quick brainstorm, like real quick. Back and forth volley. What's a group of people? What's a who that you're part of?
Who I'm part of? Online marketers.
Great. I'm Norwegian. Back to you.
I'm Asian.
Great.
By the way, happy Lunar New Year.
That's right. I'm a chili head. I love hot peppers. I'm a chili head, so I'm part of that group.
I'm an 80s wrestling fan.
I'm not. I kind of chuckled at the 80s wrestling, but I'm not really a fan. I'm a didgeridoo player.
I am, here we go, a whiskey connoisseur. Yep.
Yeah. All right. So these are all great examples. These are all groups of people that regularly get together and they spend their time, effort, energy, and money on hanging out with each other and enjoying their common interests. So, and background, right? You got to decide on your who, number 1. Number 2 is you have got to decide on your traffic source. You absolutely need at least one paid and or organic traffic source that you are putting time, effort, energy, and money into every single day to drive traffic to build your list. No traffic, no list. Okay, that's the second ingredient. First ingredient, your who. Second ingredient, your traffic source. Third ingredient is your squeeze page, okay, or your funnel, all right? Third ingredient is your squeeze page, where you have a place where people go to your website and they put in their name and they put in their email address. That is how you build your list from scratch. You decide who you're going to serve. You get on a platform and you start creating content or ads every single day to that who, and then you drive them to your squeeze page and you give them something cool in exchange for them joining your list, like a free webinar or a free video, similar to what you can watch when you go to www.masscotland.com/24. If you want to learn how to supercharge the profitability of your existing email list. And if you don't have an email list and you really want to build one because you know that's going to ensure the success and future growth of your business, then I want you to go to www.masscotland.com/early-bird, www.masscotland.com/early-bird, and you can get on our email early bird list to learn about how you can build your own email list from scratch in more than 30 seconds. Brian, do you have anything you want to add before we roll?
Get off of social media and start building your list.
That's right. That's right. And eat some chicken. It's good for you. All right. Have a great day, guys. Thanks, Brian. Toodles.